Well, hello there, my pretties. Culinary Magic. Today on Let's Cook. Double, toil and trouble. Fire and burn and cauldron bubble. Ooh. You saw me come back, didn't you? Yes. Culinary Magic. We're doing that today on Let's Cook for Halloween. See my smoking bowl? Let's see if we can really get it to smoke. Oh, yes. Let me just go over my menu now. This magical menu: cellophane noodles, Butterfinger crusted crystal ball, and chocolate spiders. That's what we're doing for Halloween. Now, these cellophane noodles that I'm making, oh, don't go anywhere, please. Well, I do my cellophane noodles. Now, the cellophane noodles that I'm making today, basically, they're going to be the base for our crystal ball. So I have some wonderful bean thread noodles. Really easy. For the bean thread noodles, we're going to use a colander. We simply take our bean thread noodles and you break them up into, I'm going to set this up right over here for a second. I'm just going to break these up. I asked my staff to do this earlier. The staff, not the staff that work behind the scenes, to break these up just like this. And we're going to put those in my chinois, another magical term, my chinois here. Or if you don't have that, you could use a strainer. And then what we do is we just kind of break these up. This is kind of fun. Everybody kind of get into the habit for this. We break these up very nicely. And these are the kind of noodles. Let me show you what these do when I drop them just into the oil here, because they are magical. Oh, these magical noodles. Now, these bean thread noodles, what they're going to do is they're going to fry crisp, and then I'm going to use this as a base for my crystal. That's peanut butter brittle, peanut Butterfinger crusted crystal ball. Now, I need a base for the ball as well. So I have some more noodles in here, and all I'm going to do with these noodles is take them and drop them in the oil as well so that they fry up and get nice and crispy too. You need to be careful when you're doing this. This only takes, about 2 minutes for them to get nice and crisp. And then when I take these out, be careful because it's very hot oil. Oil should be about 350 degrees. Then I just take these, I pop them out like that. And then the base of this, I just cut the base with a pair of scissors, and I have this wonderful base here for my Butterfinger crusted crystal ball. So let me go ahead, let this cool down. I'm going to cut off the sides, shape it like this, and then when we come back for our magical food, I'll show you how we go ahead and make our crystal ball with Butterfingers and vanilla ice cream. Culinary Magic today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook, where we are talking culinary magic. It's Halloween time, hence I get to be a wizard. But I do need my specs to see what I'm doing today. So once I get my specs on, now I can do our Butterfinger crusted crystal ball. Now in the refrigerator right over here, this is why I love Halloween, because my glasses fall off. Let me get them in here. Oh, now I can see. Right in the freezer here, I have some ice cream balls. And what I did, the way I made these ice cream balls, it's relatively simple. I simply took ice cream, I scooped it out, I laid it flat, I let it freeze, then I put it together with a skewer. And we're going to cut that skewer before we really use it. So I have these ready to go. I need them to soften just a little bit. Now, the next thing that I have is I have a black plate here. And on this black plate, I'm going to take another plate like this and put it upside down. Just to hold this here, because I need to bring it, Halloween, it's all kind of magical, mystical. So I have the fried noodles that I did before, and I'm just going to take these, I broke them up, and they're nice and crispy, and I'm just putting them right around the outside here. And this is really nice. And we just kind of put these all the way around the outside. Now, the other thing, when you think of magical food, we have some star candy here. So I'm just going to take some star candy here. This is kind of fun, really fun for the kids to get involved in. So I'm just going to put some star candy here. Now, remember the base that we made, which is out of the same fried noodles. We're going to take this, set that up right there. I have a few other tricks coming up my sleeve here. A little bit more magic. Now, one of my favorite Halloween candies, Butterfingers. I absolutely love Butterfingers. Actually, I like them year round. So what I did is in this plate right here, I took some Butterfingers and I chopped them so that they're nice and coarse like this, so that the peanut butter crunch on the inside is mixed with the chocolate. It really works. So we'll take these, we place these in a bowl. Then we're going to take one of our ice cream balls here, right here, just like this, and you press it in and coat it well with all of the peanut Butterfinger chocolate crust. So it's going to look a little bit like a crumble, but it's a crystal ball. Now, here's the trick. The reason we skewer this is we then take this. This goes right into the middle of our crystal ball holder. Kind of looks like the world, doesn't it? Come over here. We simply cut the skewer right there. Remember, there's a skewer in here. Now, piece de resistance. If you can get some dry ice, and you just take a little bit of dry ice right here, and we'll go just around the plate. Now, don't touch the dry ice with your hands because it will freeze your hands. It'll actually burn the skin on your hands because it's so frozen. It's so magical. Now, to get this to really smoke, you're going to love this. I love this. I go to a few restaurants now where they use dry ice in presentation, but you have to be careful because the carbon dioxide, yes, the carbon dioxide that this is made from, actually, you don't want to be breathing it at all. So we just put it on the outside, and then the best way, I'm getting into character now, the best way to get this to smoke is to take a little bit of hot water, a tablespoon at a time, and you have this wonderful, magical, mystical, crystal ball that is actually Butterfingers crunched up with vanilla ice cream on top of a gum bean. Here, we'll get you a little bit more smoke here. On top of a gum bean base. And it's smoking, isn't it? It is definitely smoking. Again, a few things. When you make this, do not touch the dry ice with your hands at all. Here we go. Well, we got some magical food going on today, but we do need to take a little break because when we come back for Halloween, chocolate spiders. It's Culinary Magic today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Oh, hi, welcome to Let's Cook. We're talking culinary magic today, and hence my menu is a little magical. Now I need to make my chocolate spiders. And you know what's really fun about this? You don't need your staff to do this. You don't need anything. All you need is people who want to have a little bit of fun with food, because this is not my typical show at all. Now, I'm going to just put my staff down here. And the first thing, so I can see what I'm doing, where I always losing my glasses. And this is actually true. I'm always losing my glasses. We're going to get our glasses on here. And then I'm really going to get into character here because this is going to take a little bit of strong magic. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make my ganache. Now, essentially, if you like chocolate, you will love ganache because it's a combination of heavy cream and chocolate. And it just, when you see this, you just say, oh, chocolate by itself is magic anyway, especially at Halloween. So to make this, all I do is I take some heavy cream here. Put the heavy cream in a pot. And I'm going to bring this heavy cream to a boil. Now, once this heavy cream comes to a boil and making this ganache, all I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to this bowl here of chocolate chips. So I don't even have to chop the chocolate. I don't have to melt the chocolate. They can be just like this. The only thing I have to do is I have to make sure, for this magic to work, is to make sure that I bring my heavy cream up to a boil and I don't scorch it. Now, whenever you're boiling heavy cream, you also need to be careful because the heavy cream has a tendency of wanting to leave the pot. That's because it will boil up. Boil, toil, trouble, you know. So we're just going to stir this a bit. As soon as it comes to a boil, we add it to the chocolate. It's going to cause the chocolate at first to kind of tighten up, get a little seized. Then after it gets seized, then it's going to go ahead and relax, and it's going to let the two fats, the butter fat and the cocoa butter kind of come together, and you have ganaches. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire burn and cauldron bubble. Make some smoke for Halloween. God, that's so much fun. I can't believe I get to do that. Okay, my heavy cream's at a boil. Here we are. See, comes up to a boil, coming up the pan there. Take this over here, put my bowl there, add my boiling heavy cream right to the bowl there, and stir, and stir, and stir. And remember, I said it's going to get like kind of looky, and then 1, 2. Oh, come on. Magic work, magic work. Here we have some chocolate ganache. What do you think? See, doesn't that look out of this world? So I have my ganache right there, and I'm going to get a real nice shine to this too. See, to work it just a little bit more. Now, if I wanted to enhance this, I could also go ahead and add a little butter to this. Sweetened butter, give it even more of a shine. So I'm just going to take this ganache, add it to this ganache right here, because I'm going to need a lot of ganache here for ganache for. And this is really quite magical. So this is good to go. Now, next, to make my spider, over here, what I have is I have two things. I have cupcakes right here, regular cupcakes, or I have rounded cupcakes. So I actually have a mold that will make it rounded like this. See how nice that is? It's rounded. But if you don't have that, the reason I made regular cupcakes is you can also do that. And what you're going to do is you're simply going to use a cake mix. I prefer Devil Foods cake mix. I really do. Now, to moisten these a little bit before I put the ganache on them is, and this is only for adult spiders, by the way. Adult spiders, meaning that this will only be consumed. But this is an option here where you can take and you can coat these with a little bit of coffee or chocolate flavor liqueur, but you really don't have to do this. But, you know, it's Halloween cruise here. We're going to taste a little bit of these delicious fortified chocolate spiders. Now, this is good to go. Now, the next thing that we have to do is we have to coat these. So to coat these, we have our ganache. Now, the devil's food here is nice and moist. We need to make sure that these are just, you know, food is magical. Food is mystical. Food is fun. But you have to follow a few rules, too, when you're making it. So, bring my ganache over here. Stir this around. And actually, you know what? This has gotten just a little too hot here. So I need to allow this just to cool down a little bit. Just going to stir this, allowing that heat, and it's, see how it's really developing a shine? Then, okay. I think this will work now. There we go. Going to go here. Just coat these ever so gently. See, what do you think of that? Oh, out of this world. See? And we can do the whole thing. And what's really good is you don't lose your ganache because you can just scrape it off this tray once you do it on a rack like this. and you can use it again and again and again and again. But you really want that ganache to really coat this nice and smoothly. And also by brushing it, if you don't want to use alcohol, by the way, like, you know, like a coffee or chocolate flavored liqueur, you could just brush it with almond glaze or apricot glaze. I'm sorry, not almond glaze, apricot glaze, and you'll get a nice seal to it. Now, so those are ready to go. Next, I have my legs for the spider. I love licorice. So I'm just going to take my licorice here, and I'm just going to cut it down into little strips right here, just so that I have some different legs for the spider. And once you get your knife, you can go ahead and you can just kind of tear it. But I love licorice. So there's nothing magical about this. It's just really cutting the licorice. So I have a few legs going on here. I think I need one more here. How many legs does a spider have? 8 legs. So I need 8 legs. So I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a very magical spider because it might just have 7 legs instead of 8. Who knows? It's Halloween. Okay. So those are ready. My plate is over here. Now, here's where, just take a little chocolate sauce here because we're going to make a little web. We're doing a web here. We're doing a web. We're doing a web. Bring it across. Doesn't have to be perfect. Here's my spider web. Now, the spider has got to be elevated here a little bit. So I just take my nice, wonderful marshmallows there. Then we come over here. We're going to pick up the body of our spider right here. Have that coming off. Then it's a black widow. I have some crystal, right? Some sugar crystals there. I have some toasted coconut right here. That kind of goes right on top like that. So now it's a little hairy. Then our legs are just kind of coming off right here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of have fun with it. It's fun food. Are you sure? I don't know. I think a spider looks better with 6 legs. Doesn't have to be accurate. Only, this is a magical spider. This is a pre-nouveau spider for Halloween. So the only other thing is I need, oh my goodness, we do need a little bit of a head here. So to make the head for the spider, and I never really thought this through, but this kind of works for me where I'm just going to go like this, cut this in half this way, then cut this in half this way. Here's our head for the spider coming off right there. You could have a headless spider. And I'll tell you, it's Halloween. He's out there. He's looking at you guys. And he is simply bug-eyed. The spider is totally bug-eyed. Get on there. Whoa. I can't believe that it's Halloween. I get to dress up. I get to act really crazy because that's what Halloween is about. Having fun with food, with friends. As a matter of fact, my producer, Lisa Andrusani, it's her favorite holiday. Let's take a little break, and then when we come back, we'll look at what we did today on Let's Cook with our Culinary Magic. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook Culinary Magic. We just finished our chocolate spider there. I have been smoking with dry ice all day today. That's the fun with Halloween. We get to dress. We get to act a little crazy. We can take sugar. It can become magical dust. Doesn't matter. We can take marshmallows, dip them in chocolate, and eat them. Don't ever try and drink anything with dry ice in it because it could burn your throat. Well, I guess it's time for me to go. It's not working. I guess I have to stay. Thanks for watching Let's Cook. You have a great day. Have a great, healthy, and safe Halloween. Bye-bye for now.